My girlfriend complained, "You never planned fun surprises for us." I said, "Point taken." Then I printed a 50-page itinerary for a mystery vacation, packed our bags, and refused to tell her where we were going. What she saw on the plane ticket made her scream. I, 29 male, really thought I was doing the right thing. Spoiler, I was just not in the way I expected. Natalie, 27, and I had been together for 2 years. Good relationship, or so I thought. We'd moved in together 6 months ago, splitting rent on a decent 2-bedroom place. I work in logistics. She's in marketing. Nothing fancy, but comfortable. The complaints started small. About 3 months ago, Trevor and Jess went to that new escape room last weekend. Why don't we ever do fun stuff like that? So I booked us an escape room. She spent the whole time on her phone because the puzzles were too hard. Then Miranda's boyfriend surprised her with a cooking class. You never planned surprises. Booked a cooking class. She complained the instructor was too perky, and we left early. Everyone at work is talking about their vacation plans. We haven't been anywhere in forever. I suggested a weekend trip. Not a weekend, Garrett, a real vacation. God, do I have to plan everything? The thing is, I had been planning stuff. Date nights, concerts, hikes, but nothing was ever enough. Right. Special enough. 2 weeks ago, we're at dinner with her friends. Natalie's going on about how her coworker's boyfriend planned this elaborate scavenger hunt for their anniversary. Must be nice, she says, giving me this look. Some of us just get dinner at Chili's. Her friend Sienna laughs. At least you get dinner. Remember when Garrett forgot your birthday? I didn't forget. I had concert tickets. She said she was too tired and we stayed home. Yeah. Natalie sighs dramatically. I guess I just have to accept that romance is dead. Right there in front of everyone. Sienna's boyfriend, Holden, tries to help. Hey, planning stuff is hard. Not everyone's good at. It's not about being good at it. Natalie cuts him off. It's about effort, caring enough to try. I excused myself to the bathroom, stood there looking in the mirror, thinking fine. You want effort? You want surprises? Point taken. I said. When I got back to the table, Natalie rolled her eyes. Sure. Garrett. That night, I started planning, not just a trip, an experience. I researched for hours, found the perfect destination, activities, restaurants, everything. Created a detailed itinerary, 50 pages, spiral-bound with tabs for each day. Maps, reservation confirmations, outfit suggestions based on weather, the works. I took PTO without telling her. Arranged for her best friend to casually mention she should save her vacation days. Bought the tickets, packed our bags while she was at work. D-Day was last Friday. She comes home. I'm sitting in the living room with 2 suitcases. What's this? Pack whatever else you need. We leave in 2 hours. Leave. What? I have work. Already handled. Talk to Marcus. Her boss, who I'd coordinated with, her eyes go wide. You what? I hand her the itinerary. You said I never planned surprises. She starts flipping through it, mouth literally hanging open. This is Garrett. Where are we going? That's the surprise part. But I need to know, what about my clients, my presentations? Covered. Page 47 has the contingency plans I arranged with your team. She stares at me, then at the bags, then back at me. This is insane. You can't just hijack my life. I thought you wanted spontaneous. Not like this. This is controlling. I stayed calm. Page 3 has the packing list. Check if you need anything else. She spent the next hour alternating between angry packing and trying to guess where we were going. Called Sienna, who played dumb, she knew. Called her mom, who was in on it too. This isn't funny, Garrett. Not trying to be funny. Trying to be romantic. Surprising. Everything you said I wasn't. The ride to the airport was tense. She kept demanding to know where we were going. I kept referring her to the itinerary, which carefully omitted the destination. At check-in, I handed her the boarding pass face down. Don't look until we get to security. This is ridiculous. What if I don't want to go wherever? Then don't, but the tickets are non-refundable. We get through check-in. She's practically vibrating with curiosity and frustration. At security, she finally flips the boarding pass and screams, like actually screams. People turn to stare. On the boarding pass next to her name, destination home. See, here's what Natalie didn't know. While researching this elaborate vacation, I'd done some other research too. Into her Instagram, the one she thought I didn't know about, the private one. Full of posts about how boring I was. How her ex Devin now that was a man who knew romance. How she was settling with me. The kicker, the messages with Devin. Recent ones. Making plans to meet up while I was at work in our apartment. So yes, I'd planned a surprise. A one-way ticket back to her hometown. What is this? She's shaking the boarding pass at me. Your surprise vacation, permanent vacation from our relationship. What? I pull out my phone, show her the screenshots. Her face goes white. Thought I was too boring to notice the second Instagram. Too unromantic to see the credit card charges at hotels during your work lunches. People are definitely staring now. Security looks concerned. Garrett, I can explain. Page 48 of the itinerary has your apartment options near your parents. Page 49 has moving company quotes. Page 50 is a checklist for getting your stuff from our place. She lunges for me. Security steps in. Sir, ma'am, is there a problem? No problem, I say. She's just excited about her trip. Garrett, please. Oh, and Devin, he's picking you up from the airport. I messaged him from your account, told him you were finally leaving your boring boyfriend, that he's thrilled. Now, she's crying. Big dramatic tears. You can't do this. I'm not doing anything. You wanted effort. I put in effort, researched everything, made sure you'd have somewhere to stay, made sure your stuff would be safe, even coordinated with your mom so you'd have support. This isn't what I meant. No. You meant you wanted me to dance for you while you texted your ex sorry. Show's over. Security's getting impatient. Ma'am, are you flying today or not? She looks at me, then at the ticket, then at security. I'm not going anywhere. We are going to talk about this. No, we're not. Your options are get on the plane or find your own way to get your stuff. But this, I gesture between us. This is done. You planned all this to dump me. I planned all this because you said I never put in effort. Turns out I was putting effort into the wrong things. She tries another approach, soft voice, tears. Garrett, baby, we can work through this. Devin means nothing. Page 37 has the hotel receipts. The ones you thought you deleted from the credit card app. Tuesday afternoons must be very special. Security's done playing. Ma'am, final call. Board or leave. She's practically snarling now. You think you're so clever? Fine. I'll go, but I'm taking everything. Everything. You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Cool. Page 44 has a list of what's actually yours. Spoiler. It's not much. She storms toward the gate, stops, turns back. You're going to regret this. You'll never find anyone else who complains constantly while cheating. Yeah. I'll risk it. She screams again. Frustration this time and stomps through security. I wait until she's gone then head home. Ordered pizza, watched the game. Best Friday night I'd had in months. But of course, that wasn't the end. Update 1. Y'all called it. She didn't get on the plane. Instead, she took an Uber back to our apartment. How do I know? Because she tried to break in at 2 a.m. on camera while drunk. Woke up to my phone buzzing. Motion alerts from the Ring doorbell. There's Natalie, wine bottle in one hand, trying to jam her tea in the lock. Except, I changed the locks Friday night. Forgot to mention that part. She's there for 20 minutes, trying the key, kicking the door, yelling, Garrett, I know you're in there. This is my home too. Neighbors start coming out. She tells them I'm abusing her by locking her out. Mrs. Peterson from 4B isn't buying it. Honey, didn't you move out? I saw him loading boxes Friday. He tricked me. He made me think we were going on vacation. At 2 a.m., eventually someone calls the cops. I'm watching all this from my bed, honestly kind of impressed by the show. Cops arrive, she immediately plays victim. I come to the door in my pajamas, calm as can be. Evening officers, I have video of everything if you need it. I show them the ring footage, the boarding pass screenshot, the texts with Devon, her stuff neatly packed in the garage. Officer Ramirez looks tired. Ma'am, do you live here? Yes. He can't just kick me out. Are you on the lease? Silence. Ma'am. No. But I've been paying rent. I pull up Venmo. She's paid utilities. Occasionally, I have receipts. They tell her she needs to leave. She loses it, throws the wine bottle, misses everything, hits a tree. That's attempted property damage. They arrest her. I almost felt bad. Almost. Saturday morning, her mom calls. Garrett, what happened? Natalie says you kidnapped her and abandoned her at the airport. I email her the screenshots. Everything. The cheating, the Instagram posts, the hotel receipts, long pause. Oh my God. I am so sorry. I had no idea. She's been using Tuesday client meetings to meet Devon. Devon. That piece of she told me they weren't talking. Turns out mom knew about Devon. How he'd cheated on Natalie years ago. How he borrowed money and never paid it back. How he was the reason Natalie had credit card debt. I thought she was done with him, she promised. Yeah. Well, Sunday, Natalie's out on bail. Does she lay low? Reflect. Nope. Mass text to all our mutual friends. Garrett is abusive and controlling. He tried to traffic me by forcing me on a plane. He's holding my belongings hostage. He's isolated me from my home. Please, if you care about women's safety, support me. My phone blows up. Some people believing her, some asking for my side. I don't respond to anyone. Instead, I make one Facebook post. For anyone concerned, I planned a surprise trip for Natalie. She chose not to go. Her belongings are safely packed and available for pickup. I wish her the best. Attached. The boarding pass photo, the itinerary cover, nothing else. But Holden, Sienna's boyfriend, remember, comments, didn't she beg you for months to plan something? Miranda, cooking class friend, adds, wait. Is this why she canceled our lunch Tuesday? Said she had a client emergency. The comments start rolling. Natalie, didn't you literally complain last week that he never does anything romantic? Girl, you posted on Instagram about wanting grand gestures. Tuesday, don't you usually meet with O? That O was from her coworker Vanessa, who apparently knew about Devon. Natalie deletes the post. Makes another, I see who my real friends are. Garrett has turned you all against me with his lies and manipulation. Nobody responds to that one. Monday morning, she shows up at my work with Devon. Yeah. The ex she was cheating with, they march into the lobby like they own the place. We need to talk. She announces. I'm working. I don't care. You humiliated me. You owe me an explanation. I gave you 50 pages of explanation. Devon steps forward. All 5'7" of him trying to look tough. Listen, bro. You need to give her her stuff and her money. Her stuff is in the garage. She can arrange pickup. What money? The vacation money. You stole it by fraud. I actually laugh. I bought plane tickets. She chose not to use hers. That's theft by deception. No. That's a surprise vacation, which she asked for repeatedly in writing in front of witnesses. My manager Jerome comes out. Garrett, everything okay? Yeah. Just some visitors leaving. Natalie's eyes narrow. We're not going anywhere until security to main lobby. Jerome says into his phone. Devon puffs up. You can't. Private property. Leave now or explain to the police why you're trespassing. They leave, but not before Natalie shouts. This isn't over. Narrator. It was in fact over. That evening, I get an email from legal department of Devon Marshall. I kid you not. This man made a fake legal email. Dear Mr. Garrett, this is formal notice that you must return all money and damages caused by your fraudulent vacation scheme. Total owed, $3,500. You have 24 hours to comply. Legal Department, Devon Marshall Enterprises. Devon Marshall Enterprises. He sells vape juice from his cousin's garage. I forward it to my buddy who's a paralegal. He's still laughing when he calls me. Please tell me you're saving these. This is gold. What do I do? Nothing. This is hilarious. Legal Department. I'm dying. Tuesday comes and goes. No lawsuit. But Wednesday, Natalie figures out how to hurt me. She calls my ex Rachel, tells her I'm dangerous and abusive, and she should warn everyone. Rachel calls me confused. Hey. So your ex just called me crying about you being abusive. What's happening? I explain. Rachel's quiet, then wait. Natalie called me to warn me about you. The same Natalie who hit on my brother at my birthday party. She what? Oh, you didn't know? Yeah. She was all over Marcus at my party last year. He shut her down, told me about it. I figured you guys worked it out. I didn't know. Garrett, you there? Yeah. Just processing. Want me to tell her to stop calling me? Do whatever you want. Rachel posts on Instagram an hour later. PSA. If you cheated with someone, you'll cheat on someone. Also, stop calling your exes exes. It's weird. Get therapy. Natalie blocks her. Blocks everyone who likes the post. Starts posting about toxic people and rising above. Thursday, she sends one last text. I'm getting my things tomorrow. Have them ready. Garage code is 4567. Everything's there. I want to inspect the apartment. Make sure you didn't steal anything. No. You can't deny me access to my belongings. Your belongings are in the garage. The apartment is mine. I'll call the police. Okay. She doesn't call the police. She shows up with Devon in a U-Haul. They load everything. Takes an hour. She texts me a list of missing items. Coffee maker, mine. Instant Pot, mine. 65-inch TV, definitely mine. Couch, mine. Emotional damage is $2,000. I respond, no. Friday, a week after the airport incident, I'm having beer with the boys. Jerome, Marcus, couple others. They want to know how I stayed so calm. Honestly. The 50-page itinerary. Once I made that, I knew I'd done everything right. She wanted effort. I gave her effort. Just not the outcome she expected. But the cheating man, how'd you not lose it? Oh, I lost it. Just quietly, productively, turned the anger into the most detailed breakup plan ever. Marcus raises his beer to Garrett, who turned you never plan anything into I planned your exit. We drink to that. Got a text that night from a number I didn't recognize. Hey, this is Devon. She's crazy, bro. Sorry about everything. She told me you were broken up already. I'm done with her too now. She already hit on my roommate. I didn't respond, but I did smile. Sometimes the best surprises are the ones that set you free, and sometimes 50 pages of effort is exactly what it takes to show someone the door. Still have the itinerary. Thinking about framing page 50, the moving checklist. As a reminder, when someone tells you who they are, believe them, then plan accordingly.